Hello everybody, my name is Jacob Wolf, and today I'm here with... You want to introduce yourself?
My name is Jeffrey Janoff, and I'm a local filmmaker.
And how did you get into filmmaking?
Growing up, I always loved movies.
What's your favorite movie?
I have a lot of favorites. I would probably have to say, right now I just watched Fury, and also Chef are two of my favorites right now.
I haven't seen any of those.
Yeah?
I pretty much only watch cartoons.
Okay.
So I watch a lot of anime, Hayao Miyazaki movies are up there. I like a lot of Disney movies.
Yes, I worked at Disney World, so I do
Really?
also share a lot.
What'd you do at Disney's?
I worked at the Animal Kingdom, and I taught kids about animals.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you get to like interact with some pretty sweet animals?
I did. The craziest ones in the whole park were definitely the humans, but I got to see some pretty cool animals and teach some kids about wildlife and conservation and whatnot, so it was a blast. And then you're at Disney World, so you're kind of surrounded by the whole movie atmosphere, because that's kind of what built the parks, was those movies. And Disney was really adamant, especially in my park, about how big of a part animals play in his films.
Mm-hmm.
So we had all the Lion King and Up, and pretty much any film that had animals in it.
So does that mean you're from California?
I actually worked in Orlando. I'm from here. I'm from Portland.
Okay.
Westland. Yeah. That was a 7-month stint in Orlando that made me miss home. That was for sure.
Yeah.
I love it. I love the people there.
Just
and
different
the people I worked with and lived with, but there's nothing like Portland.
Right. I feel you there. Cheers to Portland. I love Portland. So, did you go to school for film?
Originally I started at University of Oregon, right after I'd started working at the Oregon Zoo. And I was studying a little bit of film, some business and environmental science. And I took a break from University of Oregon, and actually, while I was working at the zoo, got signed on to an agency here in town for acting and modeling, option modeling media. And the first job they sent me out on was a hot tub photo shoot with a Maxim model who used to be Princess Pocahontas and Jasmine at Disney World. And she told me about all the college internships. And I was taking a break from school, and it just so happened they had an internship at the Animal Kingdom that lined up a lot with what I was doing at the Oregon Zoo, in their zoo camp, teaching kids about animals and conservation and whatnot. So I took a gap year, went and worked out there, and they offered me a job to be a wildlife photographer and tour guide. Wow. And they just wanted me to finish school. So I came back here, finished up a film degree at Portland State University, and then when I called Disney back for that job, it was already full because it was an awesome job.
Yeah.
Got some film training and been putting it to use here around town.
What have you been doing lately?
Recently I'm working on a feature-length film for my buddy Jacob Bean Watson, who's an independent director, also an actor and writer, very talented kid, member of my agency at Option. A buddy of mine is working on a documentary about a guy who blows glass. I think I sent you his information. He makes some really cool stuff.
Yeah?
David Randall, yeah. And
I don't know if you did. If you did,
I'll send you a link. Yeah, he's got some really cool
I will
glass.
hit him up for sure.
And then also here at the First National Tap House, where I work as a server and barback, I'm helping make a little promo video just to put on my Facebook page, and YouTube and whatnot, and Instagram.
You sent me the link to the PDX Carpet short, which I really liked.
Thank you.
How is that? Like,
So that was my Portland State University Digital Video Production 3 final project. And my professor, Dustin Morrow, and all my classmates in Digital Video Production 3 helped out a lot with that whole creative process. And I was fortunate enough to have a bunch of friends on board to come fill a plane stage and make it look like we had a packed plane. And I had my buddies Johnny Buell and Jeff Hammond and Zach Carter, some guys from Fartnager Boner Squad, helped me out with photography and dressing the set and whatnot. And those guys are so absolutely hilarious and technically sound that when we were on set, it was a blast. We made sure it was safety first, and we were getting the shots we needed. And honestly, the toughest thing was to keep a straight face with those guys.
Yeah,
it was so fun. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, and as you can see in the film, if you check out on YouTube, #PDX Carpet, we made the Portland Film Festival too, as well as the Lone Fir Film Festival. So that was kind of my first experience at a film festival, which was awesome. I was volunteering the event and doing some photography and videography for the Portland Film Festival.
I'm sure it won't be the last time.
I hope not, yeah. But now that I know that, you know, on Without a Box, there's all these different film festivals, I want to try and send something to Austin and go visit my brother who lives there now. Unfortunately, in PDX Carpet, we're kind of poking fun at Austin, thinking that they're weirder than Portland. So I refrained from sending it to any Austin film festival. That one was more for the Portland people.
Definitely. How is working, because being a filmographer, it's never gonna be just a lonesome project by yourself.
No.
You're always gonna be working with other people.
No, and I was fortunate enough to have my professor mention that he had worked with a sound designer at Portland State University named Corbin Westcott, and I immediately lit up because I went to high school with him, and he had also worked at Disney World. So
oh, neat.
Yeah, sitting down with him through the creative process, it was amazing because, you know, he was making my film sound so much better in ways that I couldn't even process, because, you know, he's gone to school for that, and he knows Pro Tools and all the different ways to score scenes and whatnot. And, you know, you can get the image right, but the sound is such a vital part that you don't even realize. And I was fortunate to have him, and again, Johnny, Jeff, and Zach helping me out. And, my buddy Ryan Pearson helping me getting GoPro shots. We were throwing stuff on a drone and experimenting, and didn't all make the final cut. But yeah, it was a blast to be surrounded by creative people that are just down to have fun. And at this point, we're not doing it to get rich or anything.
Right.
We're just doing it because we love movies. So
Have fun and collaborate.
Yeah.
And I always, the best part about collaboration for me is me plus somebody else will never get something that just I could create or just that other person could ever create. It's always going to be something that's,
I mean, imagine if a film was a painting. You have someone come in and lay down the foundation, and another person come in, and this is after someone else planned it, handed it off to someone else, and told them how to paint it. And
right.
By the end of it, it's 20 people who have worked on it. It's not the same painting. You know?
Definitely. Where are your films right now? Like, where can people find your work?
You can find, I have a YouTube page and a Vimeo page. A lot of stuff I'm posting right now is kind of sketches and kind of some comedy skits and whatnot, just on Facebook, and YouTube, and things like that. I have a buddy who created a short film Mystery Spot, who is screening his film at the Fifth Ave Cinema, and I sent over PDX Carpet because he's trying to screen some other shorts as well, so I might get another runtime on a big screen. But you can find it online on YouTube, #PDX Carpet.
Cool. Do you prefer to be in front of the screen or like behind the camera, or doing both?
That's the conundrum. I started out just acting. You know, I wish I learned behind the camera stuff before, because you don't realize what the cinematographer is going through, setting focus and changing the f-stop and ISO for the right lighting and whatnot. When you know what's going on in their head and you're standing on a mark waiting to get in focus, it's a lot easier if you've had experience on both sides. It makes you a better actor, and same thing.
You think that you wish you would